Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. Now today we're going to talk about my solid green Hawaiian spider plant. Now I know it looks just like a bunch of cat grass, but it's not. This is actually a fairly young spider plant, and it's actually two spider plants in one. This one here I got about a year and a half ago from acquaintances of mine in like the next place over. They had purchased their house, and as they were moving in, they noticed an upturned pot beside the door, and they turned it over and it was one of these. And they noticed it had babies, and I just happened to be there one day playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I went, oh, I don't have a green spider plant. Can I take some babies? So I took two clippings, and one of them I planted in here. The other one, the cats ate on me, but I brought it back. Hi, Demeter. And it came back, it looks great, and I gave it to my brother. So he has one too. The other one, I actually only acquired this one about, I think it was a month and a half ago. I was visiting a friend of mine in Pleasant Bay after I'd done a video with my cousin, and I noticed he had one of the Hawaiian spider plants, but I thought it was the variegated one, the lemon lime, I think it's called. And I was like, oh, you have one of those? And I went over and I took a piece off of it, and it's like, oh no, it's a solid green. And since I had already broken the baby off, I was like, can I take this home? And friend was like, yeah, of course, Jess, go ahead. So thank you. Yeah. So now the solid green is pretty much the same care as the ocean and vitatum. The only difference is this guy doesn't need as much light as those two because they're variegated. Most variegated plants need more light than those that are not variegated. So he's basically in the middle of that south-facing window between the ocean and the vitatum. The only thing is he hangs higher up in the ceiling, so the light tends to go past him like this. So that's one of the reasons why he's kind of growing down to catch the light. And I've noticed a lot of the solid green ones, they tend to grow more down than they do up, or at least in pictures I've seen. Because even the one my friend had that was severely underwatered was like growing down. So, but they're also called airplane plant, St. Bernard's lily, spider ivy, and the Latin name, don't eat Demeter. The Latin name is Chlorophytum viridensis. Yes, chlorophytum. Well, all spider plants start with chlorophytum, and then they each, sorry, Demeter, or Gwen, and then all the individual ones following have different names, and his is viridescens, I think I pronounced that right. Now, I water him because of my wood stove. It's different every time, but roughly I'll water him anywhere between 9 to 20 days. So when the stove is going, and it's going all the time, it'll be closer to the 9 days. During the summertime or spring, when it's the oil heat and it's not so warm, it'll be closer to the 20. And you don't want to water them until they reach like a level 4 on the moisture meter. So if you're using your finger, at least 2.5 inches deep in before it needs water. I do fertilize him. I fertilize him basically it's every third watering I do it, because technically you're supposed to water them water them with fertilizer every 3 weeks, but because my watering schedule is so mixed up, I'll do it every third watering. And I use the all-purpose fertilizer, you can also use the fertilizer that's strictly for green plants. Now, the type of soil, he's currently in all-purpose, but you can use other types of semi-hydro, like pon or leca. They do like that. Can handle normal humidity, but I still miss mine twice a week. Because, let's see if I can find an example. Browning tips from the dry air, because wood stove, which I don't mind. You really don't need to clean these leaves. I do every now and then, because cat hair. But if you're misting them twice a week, you really don't need to clean them. The misting will help knock off dust and whatnot. Part sun, part shade. Like I said, south-facing windows seem to be the best for my spider plants. Except for the office plant. I had him in a north-facing window from April to December of last year. Or no, April to November. And then I brought him home because the office is closed. And then come April, I'll bring him back. And he does really well in that north-facing window. But I think it's the window where everybody sees, so it makes the office pretty. Can go outside, only between June and September, because their ideal temperatures are between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. Unless you're in a hardy zone 9A or more. If you do, these guys can go outside year-round. No problem. When it comes to pest, they can get thrips, because this guy was way bushier until I had my battle with thrips. Like, he was like this, but just bushier. And I think, which leaf has the most thrips damage? Yeah, this one here. I'm trying to see. No, it won't. Well, you can a little bit. Like those orange spots, that's the thrips damage. Other things that these guys can suffer from with pests are spider mites, aphids, fungus gnats. The white flies that I've been having trouble with as of right now, they haven't come downstairs. I haven't seen any, so they don't seem to be... I see you, Demeter. They only want attention when I'm busy. Now, other common problems with spider plants are fading leaves, especially the green ones, where the green will get lighter, and that's a sign of too much sun. Yeah, it's not where you're getting not enough light. It means you're getting too much light. I know, like some plants, like ponytail palm, where lighter leaves means not enough sun. These guys, it means too much sun. Now, if you happen to start getting like yellow marks, like those, what I showed you earlier was like orange, be more like brighter, like yellow marks, almost like a rust. That is actually from overwatering and having too much fluoride or chlorine in your in your water, because even though they can handle lime in your water, they don't like chlorine. Spider plants do not like chlorine. So, because before I started using filtered water, they seem to do fine with my water, and my water, it's hard water, so I have a softener system on it, and no, they weren't too bad. But I do know that my brother, their water is chlorine, and I do notice the yellow marks on his. I can't remember if I told him or not. Well, they'll know now that if they watch this. Another thing that could mean is a disease. And As far as what types of disease these guys can get, I'm not 100% sure. I know they can suffer from like mosaic disease, and I think that's what they were talking about. But no, all around good plant. Plant for beginners. Keep it away from your cats. It is non-toxic, but it does have the same hallucinogenic properties that other spider plants do. Hence why I think Demeter is here. But Gwen makes no sense, because you'd never touch these guys. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, are you sitting on my thing? Yes, you are. If you don't like the video, thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. If you really like the video, subscribe. No, to me. So, live long and plant on. Say bye.